Well, it's another episode of Fireman Saturdays, and this week I decided to take a look at Winslow, the Christmas Bear, which I got in this collection of 5 movies. Though this DVD was also bundled up with this one for $5 for both of them, so I got 10 Christmas movies for $5. And I have to admit, even at the price of 50 cents a movie, Winslow the Christmas Bear just isn't really worth it. It's a very slow, plotting movie with a very basic premise. Winslow's a bear, and he just doesn't want to hibernate this winter because he's all excited about what Christmas is, and he just has to know. And so he goes around asking all of his various forest friends, "What's Christmas?" And all his friends are like, "Who are you, a stupid bear-brained fur face? Christmas is singing or some other thing, like food or dancing or good smells." It just goes on and on like that. And you're like, just get on with it. What actually is the answer you want to go with, movie? What is Christmas to you? And the answer is love. Well, as cute as that is, it didn't have to take 40 minutes to try and get there. I mean, this is a movie that can basically be done in like 5 minutes at most. With Bear wakes up, Bear goes talks to someone, and they explain what Christmas is. It just doesn't need a long, drawn-out movie, because quite frankly, it's very, very boring. I got through about the first 20 minutes and like pause, and then went and go do other things like listening to music, read fan fiction. I just could not stand listening to the movie plot on forever and ever. As far as the movie itself in terms of production quality, well, there's some crinkling noise in the back you hear during the start of the DVD, or at least on my version there is. And it pops up again in the background every now and again. It gets annoying. There's some skips on the DVD where the narrator starts to say a line, then gets a couple words in, then repeats themselves because of a very sloppy cut going down. The editing work is very questionable. Like there's one scene where Winslow falls into the river, and all of a sudden he's like 20 feet away from the log he fell off of. But Winslow's a bear, and this river is so small, so isn't very deep, so he can easily sit on all fours and just be like, "Oh, I'm fine," or I guess stand on all fours. Yet he's somehow like 20, 30 feet away from the log he fell in from when they go back over to him, because apparently he fell in off screen. They got to do the cartoonish sound effects, and they use quite a few of those too. And I don't understand why. This is a live animal they're dealing with. They use a bunch of live animals for this movie, and I don't understand the choice of doing so. This story almost seems ideal for doing an animated film rather than use an actual bear or otter and all that other stuff. It's just an odd choice to use live animals here. I mean, I guess you could argue that it's not unprecedented with movies like Homeward Bound and stuff to basically have voiceover work on animals that aren't even moving their lips. And even I can even enjoy movies that do that sometimes, but those movies have more plot going for them than Winslow the Christmas Bear, a movie that could basically be done 5 minutes if people weren't trying to drag it out for as long as possible. A movie that should take 5 minutes ends up being about 40 minutes long. It was some of the worst, it's like among the biggest wastes of my time I've ever had. I wish I could get those 40 minutes back. Seriously, I just don't understand why this movie had to be 40 minutes long. I just can't get over that. It's just too long. Just too long, too slowly paced. There isn't really anything interesting going on because, quite frankly, it's just one question that just gets repeated the entire movie. What is Christmas? Just whatever. Yeah, don't watch this movie. I don't care if there's some high reviews for it online. This is not something I'd put my kids in front of. There are just much better Christmas movies oriented towards kids than Winslow the Christmas Bear.
Well, ooh, it's hard to walk on this log. I can't. Whoa! 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 The water's cold.